Stopping an addiction is simple. But simple doesn't mean it's easy. When you are addict to something, sometimes it feels like it is impossible to get rid of it. It is stronger than you. But this is a lie. And I'm gonna prove it to you in this video with 4 simple steps. Yes. With those 4 steps, you're gonna break any addiction. So, focus. The why. First of all, you must have a why. To stop an addiction, you must know clearly why you want to stop it. In what part of your life it affects you. A strong why is very important so that when you want to give up and restart practicing this addiction, you can remember why you wanted to break it. And also remind yourself that you don't want to be the person who used to do this anymore. The trigger elements. What you will need to do next is to think about the trigger elements. Those things that make you think about doing your addiction. Knowing these things is like knowing your enemy. You probably think that your enemy is the addiction itself, but no. Your very first enemy is these trigger elements because they are the ones that will make you lie to yourself and start the addiction again. For example, if you want to stop drinking or smoking, and you know that every time you go to a club, you usually drink or smoke, stop going to clubs. If you know that these types of movies or content always make you touch yourself, stop watching them. And believe me, there are many trigger elements. That's why you have to think before you act, so you don't get trapped. The new habits. I know the first few days will be very hard, but don't worry. Your addiction is just a habit. A bad habit and a habit is not something indispensable, as if you can't live without it. It's just something your body is used to because you do it often. You can get rid of it with consistency and patience. Think of an old habit that you don't have anymore. You got rid of it, right? So you can get rid of your addiction too. One of the best ways to do this is to give yourself 2 or 3 new positive habits. Why not 1? Because if it's just 1, you can give it up along the way and go back to the old your addiction. But if it's 2 or 3 new habits, if you give up 1, you'll have 1 or 2 left just to avoid going back to where you don't want to. So for the next few months, give yourself new positive habits to replace your addiction. Establishing a habit only takes 21 days to 1 month. It's not that difficult. Don't be too hard with yourself. You're trying to be a better person, right? So you can't be too soft with yourself, but don't be too hard with yourself too. If you decide to quit your addiction for real and after a lot of resistances you fall, don't blame yourself. The only reason you've fallen is because you've risen. So just try to understand what made you fall. It's probably what I told you. A trigger element that you did not aware of. Don't restart doing it often just because you think it's stronger than you. You just can't get rid of it. Instead, continue to push. Don't think like you're restarting from zero. No, you're still on the same path and you're doing good. But don't take this as an excuse. Don't lie to yourself. Like, don't say that, that's nothing. I can fall, and you take pleasure to fall every time. I'm just trying to tell you that if you can make it one way without falling, do it. It will be better. And if you fall, don't give up, keep going until you get rid of it for real. So, with that being said, good luck.